If Jussie Smollett wanted this to be private, why did he and his publicists and his entire PR team go nuts with this story, shopping it around, promoting it like, oh, I don't know, like his character in the show Empire, a young hustler trying to make a name for himself? Look at that story in TMZ. Put it back up again. You know TMZ. It's a celebrity website and a TV show based in Hollywood. They're great. They're gossips, but they went full tilt on this. They were literally giving hour-by-hour updates on the case, interviewing all of Jussie Smollett's people. Well, enough said. I mean, I think it was the Trump part, the MAGA, Make America Great Again part. I mean, black man, gay black man, lynching, a rope, MAGA. It's just too perfect, just too good to fact check. Just too good to even gut check. Are there really gangs of white guys roaming around Chicago in -20 weather at 2 a.m. with bottles of bleach and nooses just on the chance they're going to bump into some C-list celebrity from Empire? Everyone's talking about Empire. And they'd recognize this fairly obscure actor from a TV show in the dark. He's just rushing into a subway, and they'd shout, "This is MAGA country in Chicago!" Has anyone ever said that? Has Donald Trump, who is not known for his modesty, he would never say that. Chicago is Trump town. No. But it wasn't news, it was politics. Take a look-see. Here's Kamala Harris, who's running for president. Jussie Smollett is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery. Kamala, good news. It looks like he's fully recovered. This was an attempted modern-day lynching. No one should have to fear for their life because of their sexuality or color of their skin. We must confront this hate. Here's Senator Cory Booker, who I think is running for president. I'm not quite sure. He says, this vicious attack on actor Jussie Smollett was an attempted modern-day lynching. I'm glad he's safe. To those in Congress who don't feel the urgency to pass our anti-lynching bill designating lynching as a federal hate crime, I urge you to pay attention. Just FYI, lynching someone is a crime, just like stabbing someone or poisoning someone or, I don't know, running someone. It's a crime. Here's Joe Biden, Obama's former vice president, might be running for president himself. He said, what happened today to Jussie Smollett must never be tolerated in this country. We must stand up and demand that we no longer give this hate safe harbor, that homophobia and racism have no place on our streets or in our hearts. We are with you, Jussie. Here's Bernie Sanders. The racist and homophobic attack on Jussie Smollett is a horrifying instance of the surging hostility towards minorities around this country. We must come together to eradicate all forms of bigotry and violence. Here's a new Palestinian-American congressman, Rashida Tlaib. When one of the most famous black and gay men in America is not safe, the message is clearer than it ever has been. The dangerous lie spewing from the right wing is killing and hurting our people. Thinking of you, Jussie Smollett, and my LGBTQ neighbors. And of course, the queen, the princess, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the new congresswoman from the Bronx, weighs in. She says, there is no such thing as racially charged. This attack was not possibly homophobic. It was a racist and homophobic attack. If you don't like what is happening to our country, then work to change it. It is no one's job to water down or sugarcoat the rise of hate crimes. Now look, every one of those are Democratic politicians, so you might say, look, they're just campaigning. But they were all running with what the Democratic journalists had written. That's why I call it a media party. They're really an auxiliary of the Democrats, an auxiliary of the liberals up here. That's why I call it a political media industrial complex. The Democrats in the media prepare the battlefield, and then the Democrats in politics go to war. And the narrative is deepened. America is in a racial and anti-gay crisis because of Trump, who hates blacks and hates gays and wants to lynch them. Those tweets alone, cumulatively, had hundreds of thousands of retweets, millions of views. At 2 a.m., outside Subway sandwiches in Chicago, aka MAGA town. Really? Now, police seem to be a bit skeptical. I mean, the guy says, thank God you got here. Hey, can you turn off your cameras while I tell you what happened? It's probably a bit of a tip-off. I wonder if the police complied. I mean, when I was pulled over for a minor traffic infraction, if I said turn off your camera, do you think the cop would have answered, would have done what I told him to do? I'd like to know if the cops actually did. Maybe they pretended they did. Maybe they went beep, beep, okay, it's off. I wonder if they did that. Beep boop. Now the cops scoured the neighborhood. Chicago is a high crime city. Surveillance footage everywhere, including the Subway sandwiches, of course. But they found nothing. It doesn't make sense. The closest thing they could find was this picture of two people. Do you see the two people on the sidewalk there? You have two shots of it. On the left-hand side, it's near the bottom. On the right-hand side, it's in the middle. You see those two dark shapes? Those are people. So you can see the surveillance. So it's pretty grainy. You can't tell what race they are. You can't really tell anything about it other than there's two people. You have no clue. But you can see just a little. You can't see a rope or bleach. You really can't see anything. That's all they could find. They looked over everything, everywhere. That's an excerpt from the Ezra Levant Show. Every day, I do a video monologue, and then I interview an interesting guest, and then I end by reading my hate mail. But you've got to subscribe to it, which you can do at therebel.media/shows.